right, so I found a miniature for Snug. It's got a sword, it's got some throwing knives, and it looks like he has a rope and a grappling hook there. So so I think that'll do just fine. All right. So let's see what the adventure is, shall we? All right. Get the wires out of the way. Get the book, and let's figure out what it's going to be. Well, we'll get started here with the type of adventure. So what is the goal of this adventure? Missions and goals. With a 2d6 roll, I can figure out what I want it to be. So the 2d6 mission is a 11. What? Okay. So my mission goal is a rescue game. All right, so play the game as a standard dungeon crawl. When the first 6 is rolled for an area activation, that means that the prisoner has been located. An opponent card is drawn as the guard. Roll 1d3 to determine the number of guards encountered in the area. The characters must defeat the guards, rescue the prisoner, and escape the dungeon. As the alarm is sounded, areas are activated all over again and must be encountered for the first time before using the exits. So that could get dangerous really fast with one thief. But it kind of makes sense you'd send a thief in to do this. So the mission goal is to find and rescue the prisoner, defeating guards and any other opponents encountered during the escape of the starting area. For the prisoner, I'm going to say it's a rescue mission because, hey, he's a thief, and there is honor among thieves. However, my character is dishonorable. But we're going to make him another thief that he has to rescue. So there's already a thief that's been captured, and we'll figure out who has captured him. So let's get this. Wow, let's get the adventure's writing itself. Let's find out what the adventure is all about. In order to do that, I'm going to do I'm going to use encounter tables. I wrote the encounter tables to reflect lots of different encounter places, such as open and woods and rivers and jungles and swamps, and mountains and hills and all that. But I'm going to go for the ruins caves to see what is the main bad guy that has taken our friend here. So let's take a look. So it's a 2d6 roll for the encounter type, and I'm going to roll on this chart here. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is an undead. Okay. Oh, undead. So what is the undead that has made off with my friend and has kept him hidden there? And there's a 2d6 undead table. Whoop, let's roll it on there. So 6 and 3, that's a 9. So 9 is zombies. So I probably, as opposed to the character being kidnapped by zombies, probably is trapped by zombies. All right, so let's get to this random dungeon crawl. I keep my dungeon tiles in a box with the walls, but I'm just going to use the tiles today for what I'm going to need. So here's the box. I got this little fancy box here at Michael's. Not a plug for Michael's, they don't pay me anything, but I just like to keep them in these boxes because everything folds flat, so it just keeps together in here. Let's take a look, shall we? If you take a look in here, you can see that it's a whole box full of fun. Now, these oversized rooms are not, in the book, but I have built them to be bigger rooms for when I do run the game, as well as leave them off to the side. But all I really need are tiles, and so I'm going to get a selection of tiles like this, and we'll use those for our adventure. So I'm just going to gather these up from the box, and we'll go from there. Okay, give me a sec. So I'm just going to organize them by type, and I'll just put them in an area that I can just pick them from, and then I'll have an area for actually making the So let's just gather these up. This will just take a few minutes. How's everybody doing? Now, yes, is it more fun to play with a group of people? Of course it is. But sometimes you can't get the gang together, and you want to play, or you want to learn the game, or you want to know how certain things would happen in the game. And this is kind of a nice way of figuring that out. Now, I keep my dungeon tiles and walls in a box, but I keep my miniatures in binders. Wonk. So here we are. Okay. So I keep my miniatures in binders in magic card, trading card sleeves. You can put quite a handful in each area. My miniatures are full flat, so when you cut them out and you put them in here, for example, you just sort of take them out, and there they are. Get yourself a base, and just slot them in the base. And Viola, you have a miniature. When I'm playing with the miniature, putting them on the tiles and everything, you do what you got to do. When you're done, you can just take the base off. All right, base is a Litco clear plastic with a rounded slot. Just slots right in there. And then when you're done with the miniature, you just put it right back. Put it right back in the pouch, right there. So then you've got pages and pages of monsters. For oversized monsters, I use these page divider folders as organizers, so I can put like the biggest, meanest miniatures in there. Base-wise, I need to use the foam core bases for these because they don't fit in these little bases. I'm just saying, they're too big. They're too big. So that's how I usually end up putting my monster characters, giant characters in there. Okay. So let's get this show on the road. I need apparently some zombies because when the thief is encountered, the one I'm looking for, he's going to be surrounded by 1 to 3 zombies. So that's great. I'm glad they're not Lish. Let's find my zombies, shall we? Okay. Here we are, zombies. Okay, so I'll just keep a pile of zombies over here. You never know, might meet up with them again. And I'll just keep the binders handy so when I need them, I can just open them up and find what I need. Okay. Oh, just going to keep it simple. Okay, so let's get started with the dungeon crawl. Well, I got my character, and I know my mission. So now, what do I do? Well, I need to find the first of the dungeon tiles, the area generation. Each area of the dungeon has a specific look and feel. That's a basic guide to and it can be modified using these charts here. So the first area that we encounter is a 2d6 roll. The first area is a 7. That is a straight hallway. So that's how it all starts. So I'm going to build the dungeon over here so we can try to descended into the dungeon. There we go. To start us off. And we'll go from there, okay? Let's do this. All right. So Snug starts out looking for his friend, and he enters the dungeon at his last known location. And I'm going to just roll activation, okay? I'll try to keep my dice rolls in one spot. One nice thing about these boxes is that you can use the lid for rolling dice. There you go. Oh, his activation's a 5, which is awesome. All right, so he steps down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, making some solo play decisions, we've got to find out what's in the room. So, approaching within 5 feet of an exit, or 1 inch of an exit or an area, or using a tactical terrain tile or map, moving to a square beside an exit out of an area reveals the next area. Randomly rolling for another area is now attached to the existing area. This area is not activated until a character enters that area. If many areas are revealed and are unexplored, you place a mystery marker on top of them, like a question mark or something like that. And a spawning point is a central area, often marked with a terrain feature. In this case, the spawning point is at the top of the stair here. So that's where I started. So, not going to activate this first area, but from when he moves, that will activate the others. So I'm gonna go for this end. However, when I did go over here down the stairs, 1, 2, 3, before I did those other two, I can see what that area is over there. So I'm going to roll 2d6 for that area, and that area is an 8, which is a left exit hallway. And you can set that up as you like, but I'm gonna set it up like that. Now I haven't gone in there. I could, but I haven't. I'm gonna go this way, just so I know that's there. Standard dungeon crawl is about 12 tiles using Darkfest Dungeons, so that you can judge how long the adventure is by that. Or I could just keep adventuring until I find my friend. So that's my movement and my next area activation here first. Oh, 4. That's perfect. So I can get into this area here. 1, 2. And now this area here I roll for 2d6, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, it's another one exactly like this. Look at this symmetry, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, toys and squirrels, guys, gals, non-binary pals, take a look at that. That's the thing of beauty right there. I was here, 1, 2, he's going to step in. 3, I've got one more action. I can hop back. I could fight whatever it is. We'll go with that. Now, I'm keeping it simple. I do have more complicated rules in the props books for Darkfest Dungeons tabletop game, where we could have doors, we could have props, we could have magical wells, all kinds of stuff like that. But like I said, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to try and make this a very straightforward solo play dungeon crawl. Okay? So I walked into the room, and I roll to activate that room. I roll 1d6. Consult the chart. 1 means nothing, so this room is empty. I don't know what's in this room, so I'm just going to put that there. Just a dice, just to remind me that I have to activate that room when I go into it. Okay? All right. So now, another activation. Oh, I've got one more point. So I step in, nothing's there. I can go diagonally. I diagonally go this way. There's an area here that I can figure out what it is. It is 4, 5, 6. That looks to me like a straight hallway. So that is a straight hallway here. Let's move the camera along with the action. And now I activate 1. I could just step in and get in trouble, or I can go back. It's too dark to look down here. I can't see what's in this room. Nothing seems obvious, so I step back. Now, the other thing that I use in Darkfest Dungeons tabletop game is the idea of torchbearers. So I'd have to have some sort of torch if I can't see in the utter darkness. So that's what I'm assuming I have. All right, so I step back, and I don't know what's in this room, so I'm just going to put a dice there. It's a mystery. Activation again. A 1 again. I'm all creeped out, moving slowly. Activation again. A 1. Boom. Now, that opens up that area there. 2d6 roll. That's an 8. It appears that is a hallway with a left exit. So, hallway. And it branches off to the left. There we go. Activation. I like those ones. I'm going to go for it. He steps in. This could end all kinds of bad ways. But here's what happens. In that room, before I can act or do anything, it is a 9. Oh, it's a d6. Thank goodness. When I walk in that room, I roll to activate the tile. It's a 5, which means opponent. Oh, that's handy. Well, let's find out what it is. So I go back to the encounter type, 2d6 roll under Caves Ruins. That is a 6. To me, that looks like that's inhuman. So I roll on the inhuman table. That's a 3d6 roll. So let's get all the dice together. 3 and 6. 6, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so I step into the room. As I step into the room, a Morlock is in this room. So I've got to get my miniatures for the Morlocks. I guess it helps if you have your miniatures organized. Here it is. I have used up all of my activation stepping in, and should probably turn myself a little bit as to face him. And I'm going to roll to see what his reaction is, because I'm not GMing here, but that's what this chart's for. So under the solo gaming section, I roll to find out, first of all, what are the opponents doing, and what is its reaction to me? So I will get to those sections. First of all, what is it doing? D66 roll. One dice is a 10s, so 4, which is a 40. Second dice is a 1s, which is a 6, 46. What is the opponent doing? It's basically stomping around, establishing who's boss. So he's a little aggravated and kind of throwing his weight around. The reaction table is a d6 roll. Low is bad. Okay, I rolled a 2, belligerent. The opponent will attack even if it's left alone, seeking to drive off the character. So it looks like he's some sort of guard stomping around here. And he activates because I step in, disrupting his guard duty. And he activates with a 2. So he can run up 1 inch and attack, but he is at -1 because he only has 1 activation point left. So let's find our Morlock, or to basically underground dwellers. Let me read the color notes here. It says that Morlocks are evil creatures who rule the deepest recesses of the dark depths, spreading the faith of their forgotten and dead gods. They've lived underground for so long they cannot physically withstand the light of day. They use crude bone weapons, as you can see. And he has some sort of leather shield. So that'll give him a +1 on his defense roll. Okay? They're also small and elusive, so that he's got a very good defense modifier. He also has counterattack, which is bad for me because he's got such a high defense, he can hurt me if I miss him. Anyway, he comes running up at me and is going to give me an attack. Ability of 3, hand-to-hand modifier +2 because he has a favored weapon club, and my defense is +1, so I roll a d6 and add my ability +1, and he rolls his hand-to-hand modifier +2 plus a d6. So let's see what he gets. Oh, don't forget, he is at -1. So 5, 6, 7, 8 total, rolling a 5. I roll a 6. Yay! So 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? So with his total of 8 and my total of 9, he misses me completely. Now, normally that would be a hit but with no damage, but because he came in with the -1, he misses me totally. If I had counterattack as a talent, I could have hit him with 1 point. Considering I have my sword out, I would have added the damage bonus of +1, but I don't. So that is it. That was his action. That was my action. New game turn, and I activate. I activate with a 4. I'm going to attack him. Here's my attack on him. My attack roll. Oh, a 5. That's awesome. 5, 6, 7. And I don't have any other bonuses, so 7 is my total. His defense is ability plus his defense modifier plus his shield. So he starts with a 5. So that doesn't bode well for me. A 3, so that's an 8. So I've got 5, 6, 7, and he gets an 8. He hits me, so I swing my sword, probably hit his shield, and the bone cracks my side. There's a difference of 1 there, and he has no damage bonus with his bone. So 1 point of damage. Fortunately, I am wearing some light armor, and I absorb that damage. I don't take anything. So, hooray! But now it's his turn. This isn't boding well. Oh, he gets a 1, so he's attacking at -1 again. So the shield hit must have staggered him slightly, and he attacks me, rolling a 3. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and my defensive roll is 3 plus d6. Oh, a 6. That's good. So 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I get a 9, and he gets a 6. So normally that's a difference of 3. If I had some counterattack, I would have done 3 points of damage to him, but no such luck in this case. Luckily, he's unarmored, so really all I have to do is hit him. But that's not easy, apparently. New activation for me. A 6, which means I get to attack with a +1. Or I can attack twice. Because he's so good at defense, I think I'm going to do a attack with +1, just to hedge my bets. So I'm starting with a 4, and he's starting with a 4. It's an even roll. My attack roll ends up being a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and his defense roll is a 2. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, that's it by 2. So I hit him with 2 points, +1 with my sword, which means he loses 3 health points. Now, he only has 6, like I do, which means he's lost half of his health points in 1 attack. He has to make his ability check of 6 as a target number to see if he passes out or not. Oh, a 1. So he got a total of 3, which means that he does indeed pass out. So I hit him, and he just I knock him out. So he's unconscious. I could choose to finish him off and maybe take his stuff, but I think I'm going to... Yeah, maybe I should just finish him off. So, no opponents, no threats for this game turn. I get to roll an attack with a take 6. Take 6 basically means I get a +1 as if I would have rolled a 6 for activation. And since he can't defend himself, I'm just rolling against a d6 roll. Okay, so here's my attack. Oh, it's horrible, I know. So 2, 3, 4. So 4, 5, 6, 7. And the defensive roll is just a standard d6. He can't have his ability as he's unconscious. A 1. So 7 versus 1, that's 6 points of difference. +1, 7 points of damage. And he only had 3 left, so I finish him quickly. Well, that's sad. I'm sad that had to end that way. Sorry I had to see that. But I am a thief, and I am without honor, so hey. Now, don't forget, I can use the element of surprise. I do have backstab, so if I could sneak up on someone, that would be great. But I also have sneaky, so I think I'm going to do, at this point, since I realize that this dungeon's inhabited, I'm going to try and sneak into the next room. So here is my activation for my next game turn. A 5. Okay, so I move 1, 2. What could possibly be the next room? 2d6. That would be a 7. Okay, so looking up what it is. Oh, yeah, you know what? I could take a look and see what he has on him, but I'm kind of in a hurry. I want to rescue my friend, so I'm just going to keep moving. Here is the next room. It is a room. And I'm assuming there's no exits, just because I'm going with a simple version of the game, where I'm not putting doors in here or other effects. So just to keep it simple, I'm just going to go with that. Whoop. Let's see if I can get that, keep that in focus. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to step in. Boom, and in there, nice roll to activate. 1, nothing. Just because it's kind of boring if there's nothing in there. I'm going to roll the dungeon ambience and see what's in there, just for fun, because that's on page 134 and 135. So I'm going to roll in dungeon ambience 1 and 2, because it's a room. So the first thing that I find in here is 52. I find that the ceiling is broken up with glowing purple crystals that illuminate the room, and small rocks and rubble litter the floor. Ooh, that's kind of cool, actually. And the dungeon ambiance 2, I find 23. Disassembled bed frame stacked against the far wall. So it doesn't look like there's anything of value or worth in here. So it might just be